Okay.
Are we up and rolling again?
We are up and rolling.
Well, it's been a while.
It has been a while.
We already did this about 15 minutes ago. But,
Yeah. It's been that long of a while that we already forgot how to use the equipment.
Yeah. But we're back. And, you get the New Year's, the Christmas, the holidays. And
it's probably been over a month since we recorded.
yeah, wow.
Over a month. Because, it was before Christmas even. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome back to this is another Hawkeye Express. Going to talk about some basketball.
Yeah, the Iowa-Rutgers game just ended at this point, after the 15
minutes.
Yeah,
after the 15-minute
it's probably been more like
intermission.
45 minutes, maybe an hour.
Relatively, it just ended. It was tonight.
Just ended.
We're going to talk about that, but we're going to talk about a little more than that. We're going to talk about kind of this last 5-game stretch-ish. So last time we talked about basketball, I guess, was the Iowa State game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Iowa State, we did that. The instant reaction after the Iowa State game. Then obviously December break, played 3 just kind of nobody teams, and then into Big Ten play.
Looked good against UCLA.
Started off well.
Yeah, UCLA. Not the best team, but
no.
Also Minnesota, not the best team, and
lost that one. Bit of a slide after Minnesota.
Yeah. The nice little. We were ranked at the time, and nice little storm court from Minnesota.
Yep.
Which,
we
were talking about.
We were talking about that.
Maybe like a
storming the court against Iowa at that point in the season, who is ranked top. What were we
like
in that
16th?
game? 16 or 17? We were 19. We were ranked 19th in that game. Storming the court against the 19th ranked team,
especially early on in the season.
Yeah, and Minnesota is not like an awful team. It's not like they'd won 2 games all year.
We were saying like maybe like top 15.
Yeah, even that to me, I think basketball is like, if you're unranked top 10, sure. Really, to me, basketball is like court stormings are like top 5 teams.
Yeah.
If you suck, top 15 or even just a ranked team, sure. But like Minnesota doesn't suck.
Yeah.
And I was like the only time I can ever remember I was storming the court was the Michigan game, and I think it was 2018. I'm pretty sure it was the 2018 season where we were not good and they were ranked number 2. So that one was well warranted.
Number 2. Yeah, and also it's like Iowa has a whole new roster this year. Like you never know. Like Michigan, at the time was Michigan. Like they had their recruits and all that.
And that was a late season game too. I think that was like a late January game if I remember right.
But hey, I'll let Minnesota have fun. Whatever.
Yeah. I won't.
Yeah, that's not a game. Not a game we should have lost. Not a game we should have lost.
It was at Minnesota, but it's just they're just not that good of a team. We should have pulled that one out.
They've proven that they're a better team.
They've
proven this year that they're a better team than that, and you're gonna have some of those games. We talked about that, earlier on. Getting into Big Ten play, it's going to be a lot of that.
Yeah.
Back and forth of like them getting used to the Big Ten and, just the, Big Ten play. And, you're going to lose. We kind of thought that at the beginning of the year, like they're a better team than that, but they will probably lose a few of those. Yeah. And then the next game, Illinois, that's one that like, it was at Carver. So I feel like we probably should have won that. It's kind of a toss-up game. I think if that's at Illinois, you're not. Yeah, I doubt you're winning that game. Not that they couldn't. That's another one we could have won. Yeah, that was one of those that Stirtz didn't have his best game.
Yeah,
and they still were close. They still probably should have won.
Yeah,
and Illinois 16th. Like I do think Iowa and Illinois are going to be similar. Like I think they are similar.
They're similar caliber teams this year. Yeah,
and because it's home, you want to win that. I think later in the year we win that.
And that was a game they just started out so like tonight. They started out so flat in that Illinois game. It was the first half was atrocious basketball. It was so bad, and then they did pull it back in the second half, and it was just kind of a thing where it was like they were on a roll. They just ran out of time. Yeah, like if the game was longer, they probably would have brought that back. They got it really close at the end.
Were they like down by 20 at one point?
I think so.
I think I remember like I was working, but I was trying to watch, and I thought it was like what was the first half?
First half was 24-35 at the end of the first half. I think it was So
okay, maybe it was like maybe it wasn't 20, but
I think it was like 12 or 14 at one point was the biggest deficit. But they brought it back. It ended up losing by 6 points. I think they did take the lead for a second there at the end of that game, but and then going into Purdue, played way above our pay grade.
Oh yeah, I mean they look good. They look good.
For the first half of that game, we looked like the better team than Purdue.
Yes, and again, like a lot of it with this team is like the flow is is things clicking when they need to click. And I know you're gonna say that like it's like a lot of teams, but I think the way that this team's built, if they're feeling themselves and they're working as a team well, like stuff like that happens.
Yeah.
Like, they come out against the number 2 I think it was at the time number 2 team.
I think they were a little bit lower.
Number 5.
They were 5th. Yeah. Because they lost to Iowa State at that point.
Yeah.
Which it is funny that the only 2 teams that Purdue really struggle against are Iowa and Iowa State.
Yeah. Yeah, but that was one of those games that like they came out clicking. They were playing well. Those secondary guys were hitting shots.
Yeah,
but
it was really similar to the Iowa State game. They came out hotter. They came out better. And they just at the end of the game Purdue's a deeper team.
Yeah, and you saw it in the Iowa State game too. Like it just chipped away, and you were like, oh, like
yeah.
It wasn't like Iowa stopped playing. Like
well,
it was just. Purdue's Purdue, and
you just can't keep up at a certain point.
Yeah. They could have won. I don't know if I should say they should have won, but they get another one of those games they could have won.
McCollum's comment after the Purdue game was, "We've proven that we can win these games like this. Now we just have to actually win one," which is it sums it up perfectly because Iowa State, honestly the Minnesota game coming down to the end there, coming back against Illinois, and then again it's another better team at Purdue. Like. They've been in all of those games. They just they haven't found a way at the end.
They got kicked in the balls against Michigan State, but I think even McCollum afterward was just like, "Look, like
it's a great wake up call.
This is by far the best team we've played all year at the time." And
he said, I think he was like, it was a great first game for which is very true because it's like, hey, you're not playing at Drake anymore.
Yeah, exactly. And since then, he's right. They can compete. They've
looked better. Yeah.
That's why I'm like, just make the tournament. Like this team, just make the tournament.
Yeah.
And I think one of those teams that they can make a run.
Yeah. When we talked about earlier that is kind of the beauty of how this team is progressing, even if it's not everybody clicking at once. We talked about Banks is really starting to click.
Yeah, last
he's
few games
really
against the better opponents, he's stepped up.
Yeah, the Indiana game, he had I think 26 and Stirtz at 27. I mean, they both just cleaned up. Today against Rutgers, he was one of the only other scorers. He had 12. Stirtz had Tate Sage had 17. Tate Sage really stepped up today.
Yeah, I want to get into him
in a little bit.
In a little bit.
Sage had 17, Stirtz had 20, and Banks had 12, and nobody else other than that was in double digits. In fact, the next highest score was Howard on the bench with 6. Like that was the next highest points was 6. So like Banks has really become that second go-to guy.
Yeah, and we just need him to. It's just consistency. Like against like Purdue, I think he just needs to get more consistent. But we've kind of talked about that before. Where at the beginning of the year we thought that that secondary guy, at least like just hitting his shots and stuff, would have been Cooper Koch, and it
was earlier in the year.
It was earlier, but recently he has fallen off.
Yes, I think that's okay. Like I was saying,
he's still young.
He's still young, and also it's still relatively early in the season. I'd rather him have his dead streak now than in March, if he can find a way to bring it back and you can have Banks, Stirtz, and Koch and Sage as well. If you can really step up all hitting a stride coming into March, like this could be a good team.
Because we know the defense can be there.
Yes.
Like, I mean, the defense will always I know they gave up 79 to Purdue and 75 to Illinois, but we know the defense is there. They obviously like the defense is better than in years past.
Oh yeah.
And it's obviously just like the opposite almost. Like the defense is there, the hustle is there. Like you're watching, and even if they'll give up points, like they're not the biggest team, so a lot of times like I think tonight against Rutgers, they were kind of getting bullied a little bit, but
it is a smaller team comparatively. Like it's we don't have that like really big guy in the middle. We don't. I mean, it's just not a huge team. They're gonna get pushed around a lot like that.
But I mean, but the thing is, every time they're like the ones like getting those rebounds, and that's exactly what you want. I mean, against teams that have like a few big guys, like that's not always gonna work. But that's what I kind of like is like they're just an athletic, smaller team. They'll get their steals. I just think it's cutting down on the turnovers the other way around. Like,
yeah. And like you said, it really is the opposite of like those later era Fran teams could just score at will. And the question was like, can they make enough stops to be in it? And this team, it's like, the defense can hold it up, but it's like, can they score enough points to stay in it? It very much is like a polar opposite of last year.
Yeah, it's very interesting. And that's almost like the frustration of this team of like finding that secondary scoring. Where is it going to come? Because like, if it's not,
it's got to be somewhere.
If Stirtz isn't hitting, he's getting to the point where it's like he's playing, the best competition now every single night, and you can see it's like he can't.
It's wearing on him.
He can't do as much as he used to.
I think they finally figured out that it's not worth having him play every minute of every game, and that was one of my biggest frustrations. I think I talked about it at the Iowa State game. It's one of my biggest frustrations early in the year. I don't give a shit whether or not he's playing every minute and know how tough and endurance wise he is. I would rather him go out when he needs to go out so that the team can be better. And Stirtz is a phenomenal basketball player. I'm glad he's on our team. I'm not actually mad at him, but there are just some things that he's done in this past streak of games where it's frustrating because he could be better. Like, I'm not a basketball coach, but like he talked a lot about how he doesn't get into foul trouble. That's one of his big strengths. And then these like Minnesota, Illinois, Purdue, 2 fouls very early had to come out, which honestly might be blessing in disguise, because I think part of the reason that they're okay taking him out more now is because he got into foul trouble early a few times and had to sit.
The team
and they're like, well, and not even that, but they're like, well, he hasn't played every minute now. There's no sense trying to keep this charade up. Like he sat, we might as well pull him when he needs to be pulled now. But he gets into foul trouble. At the Purdue game especially, he got 2 fouls really early in the first half, sat for a little while, came back in, managed, got 2 fouls again early in the second half. And then coming down the stretch there, that team it's a single possession game. Purdue's like inbounding the ball with like a minute and a half on the clock. And there's times where they're throwing the ball up next to Stirtz, and you can see him going like, I can't be the guy to foul this guy. Like, I'm too important to this team. But you do, because it's like, sure, they miss that free throw. Stirtz is the guy that you probably want taking that 3 on the other end of the court. But I'd rather have Banks taking that 3 with 45 seconds on the clock than Stirtz taking it with 7 seconds on the clock, and there'd be no chance to win,
Yeah.
Like, I would, like, sometimes you just have to be a team player, take that 5th foul, and say the rest of the team's going to have to step up. And if they can't step up, then it's a team sport. It's not a one-man sport. It's okay if they can't step up. At least you're putting them in the position where they have the chance to.
Yeah, and I think that's like a big thing is like it is the confidence, but it's also like getting in the groove of like, I think it's confidence,
but it also is almost like he doesn't trust some of his guys.
Yeah.
And that is not a good look.
Yeah.
It like, I do get, like we talked about, there isn't a secondary scorer really. It kind of has been all on him.
He's won us games by far. Like, obviously
he has. Yes.
He'll be like All-American, I'm sure, and I'm very happy. It's not I don't want it to be like that. Like,
he's an
dig
NBA
at him.
player.
I get it. He's like, I'm by
There's
far
not
the better
a lot
player.
around him.
There's not much around him.
You can't blame him for that.
Wise,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't blame him. But yeah, like it's almost like you need to like. I think
sometimes
a guy like Cooper Koch,
you just have to say,
he's a young guy.
Yeah.
Like, put him in position to hit that shot. Like,
and but on the other side of that same coin, if you're always the guy saying like, put it on my shoulders, you don't know if your team can step up because you're not giving them the opportunity. Maybe if you do give them the opportunity, you say, let me be that team player, let me take that 5th foul. Or some of his shot selection, especially at late games, has not been good because he just kind of tries to play hero ball where he gets the ball, he takes a really bad shot, doesn't go in, and he's like, yes, I get that there's no secondary scorer, there's not a guy that you trust to make that shot right now, but maybe he passes it out and someone makes that shot, they start to step up, it gets them in a groove. Like, sometimes you just have to trust your team. And it did. I wish he would do that a little bit more. And again, not to like rag on him, but like I get why he's doing the things that he's doing. I wish he would put a little more on his teammates.
Yeah.
I think it would be good for him and the team, like I think it would be a mutually beneficial thing.
Yeah. No, definitely.
And we kind of saw that tonight with Sage. Like,
yeah. And I want to get into Sage.
Yeah.
Like, he's been awesome.
Yeah.
And I think he needs more minutes. Like,
absolutely.
He's been killing it. And you can see, like, talking about trust and you can see that his teammates and even Stirtz, like, trust him to make a play. He's going out there, he's making plays.
Yeah.
And he's doing it consistently. He comes out off the bench and he's consistently doing it. And it's awesome. It's fun to watch him play. And I'm excited for, the rest of the season with him. And yeah, I think
he's one of my favorite players on the team, because we talked about a little at the Iowa State game, and like we were talking about it earlier, that it is kind of weird that like this doesn't really feel like I'm watching Iowa all the time when I'm watching this team, because it's like it's not all our guys, that it's just part of the thing of the transfer portal, like that next year and like the year after, like that's going to feel less of the case. But like Sage and Cooper Koch are like the two guys right now that are kind of feel like the true Hawkeyes on the team.
They're the recruits.
Yeah. And it was really cool seeing Cooper step up earlier in the season, and it's really cool watching Sage do it now.
And I still it's fun to watch the team, but there's a slight disconnect.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's okay. I get it.
That's okay.
Yeah. I still like, it's fun watching them, and I like the style of play. Like I think you kind of said it before, where it's like schoolism. Like like there's no real reason for it. It's just like, yeah, you came over because of your coach.
Yes.
And obviously, like, I like that, and I like our coach, and our coach is now Iowa.
Yeah, you're playing for the coach, not the team.
Yeah, and that's okay.
That's okay.
But there's a little bit, it's harder to get that.
Like next year, all the guys that are going to come back, I feel like a lot of that's going to go away.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a matter of the fact that, like,
it's almost such a
all the guys that we were excited about last year are gone.
Like change.
And all the guys that we were excited about last year are gone, and that sucks. And these new guys that are in here that are good and we can be excited about, we just don't have that same connection to,
And that is the nice thing besides Stirtz. Most, like, all these guys are younger.
Yes.
And I'm excited for that.
Yeah. And like, the best part about Stirtz too is it's like, or not Stirtz, Sage, is it's like you can tell that the team and McCollum trust him too. Like in the was it Purdue? Yeah, the Purdue game. Like he went in early, didn't make a lot of shots, but that was okay. Team was stepping up, and they never he didn't stop shooting. He just kept shooting. He was 2 for 6 in the game, 2 for 4 from 3. He missed 2 threes early on, and then he hit 2 late game there when it mattered. And like that's good to see, because it's like he's not crumbling under the pressure.
Yeah.
And then obviously today, 17 points.
Yeah, he was killing.
He was the second highest scorer on the team off the bench. How many minutes did he have today?
30 minutes. So
okay, yeah.
Also,
good.
I know we were talking about Stirtz like actually sitting. He didn't sit tonight.
He did not sit tonight. Yes, yeah.
But I mean, that was like just the team had no offense, like zero offense.
Which this is a night where it's fine to keep Stirtz out there when your other starters have 3 points, 4 points, 5 points. Like, yeah, you got to keep your scorer on the floor. I get that.
Yeah. I'm excited for like the rest of the season, because I do think they'll step up. Like, I think they'll beat, I have to look at our schedule, but
yeah, coming up,
there'll be at least one game where they beat like whoever at the time is like top 10 or something.
I mean, we have Purdue again. We have Nebraska twice. Nebraska, which Price Sanford, it hurts. Absolutely cleaning up in Nebraska. Nebraska, a top 10 team, undefeated currently.
He's looking good.
That sucks. But coming up
for them, I want to see how sustainable it is.
I agreed, but here's the thing, though. I said that 3 weeks ago, and it's still happening. So, like,
who's like the best? They beat Michigan State, which is a big win.
Yeah,
they haven't. Okay, they beat Illinois. They've obviously proven that they deserve their ranking.
Yeah. They beat Indiana. They beat Oklahoma earlier in the season. Yeah, they beat Creighton.
Okay, yeah, they have a good schedule. They've deserved it. I try not to give Nebraska their flowers.
I don't want to give them any credit for this.
But I'm glad.
Every
I'm
day
glad
it's
that
becoming harder and harder not to.
Yeah, I'm glad that Sanford's doing well though.
I am, but I wish it was anywhere else except Iowa State. That'd
be bad.
So coming up, we got USC, which is a good team. Are they not ranked? I thought they were ranked. I guess not.
I think they might have were ranked and then lost one.
Yeah. Like we have USC at home, and then we go out to the West Coast. We play Oregon and Washington. Oregon, not as good as everyone thought they were going to be. Yeah. And then back home for Northwestern, and then Maryland before we get into our really tough stretch.
We should. I'd say like we should not lose a game until Purdue. I think.
Yeah, USC will be a tough one. At Washington could be a tough one.
Yeah. Washington. I'm like, we're home against USC. We should.
Through the Maryland game, if we're 4-1, I'll be very happy.
Yeah, that's fair. Because it is college basketball. Like
especially going out to the West Coast too. Like that's always just going to be tough. After that stretch, the end of the season is very rough. Just real quick, we have Purdue again at home this time. Nebraska at home, at Wisconsin, who not ranked currently, but good team. Ohio State should be a freebie.
Yeah.
I have no idea how good Penn State this is this year, actually.
Yeah.
But then we wrap up with Michigan at Carver and at Nebraska, which is a bad
That's a bad
stretch.
2 games.
And those are the 2 games that you want those momentum games going into the Big Ten tournament. That's a rough 2 games to end on.
Yeah. I mean, dude, Michigan looks like, we're talking about Nebraska. I think
Michigan looks like an NBA
insane.
team.
They look insane. I don't know how they lost a game.
They lost to Wisconsin.
Yeah. I didn't watch the game, but
I'm shocked Wisconsin's not ranked just based off of that, to be honest.
I was like, dude, they were beating every team by like 30.
Okay. Yeah. But that's pretty much where we're at on basketball.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about it. Maybe we'll do another one of these after this next stretch coming before this really difficult stretch and just kind of see where we're at.
Yeah. I'm interested to see how the team continues to gel, continues to mesh.
Like we were saying, if Koch can find his groove again, if Banks can continue his groove, and if Sage can keep this up, I think Sage should probably move into the starting lineup if he can keep this up for another, maybe not next game, but if he looks like this on the bench for 2 or 3 more games, I would not have a problem with putting him in for Mania or someone.
Yeah.
But if those 4 are delivering come February, I'll feel pretty good about where the team's at.
Yeah. Cool. Well,
yeah, if you like this, check out the rest of our podcast. We've talked mostly about football, got a couple basketball ones. Our socials are at Hawks Off Melrose everywhere. Check out the website, you know that part, fishballsports.com/Hawks Off Melrose. You can find all of our stuff there. You can find our socials, all of our links. Yeah, so we'll see you in, what is it? How long away? How far away is this? See you on 2/11.
Yeah.